Alright guys, what's going on with y'all boys? It's your boy Squad here back with a brand new banger on the channel. Today's video, we have a really fun episode. This is the third episode of the series. If you guys have not already watched the past videos, make sure to watch those or you will be very confused inside of this episode. So basically, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to select and script certain aspects of a part. So let's say for instance, you want to change the color or something, you want to change the transparency, you want to change the material. That is object-oriented programming. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do today. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to go to your model, and you're going to put a part inside of here. So as you guys can see, we have a part right here, obviously, and I'm going to make this where we're going to be changing the color of the part and other stuff as well. So right now, what I'm going to do is you do not have to do this. This is optional. Once again, this is not scripting right here. What I'm showing you guys right now, me doing this is not scripting. What we're going to be doing is scripting it to change the color of it right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a script to the part. You don't have to put it right here. You could put it into the server script service, which I'm going to do, as you can see. So as you guys see to the last episode, I teach you guys how to use variables, like where we did denim is equal, where we did local denim is equal to 19, right? And then we did print denim, and it printed 19 inside of the console. So we're going to be doing something like that, except we're not going to be printing it. Instead, we're going to be selecting the part, and the name of this part is called literally part. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a variable, which is going to state that we want to select the part, right? So we're going to do local part is equal to workspace dot part. Now, if you guys are probably wondering, well, why did you put, workspace dot part instead of part? Now, let me explain something to you guys, right? So there are parents and there are childs inside of here, right? So as you see right here, the Explorer, if you guys have not already, go to view and select Explorer and properties so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So right here, we have parents and we have children, right? So the workspace is the parent of everything, right? Everything in here except for stuff like this, right? Anything that's categorized underneath workspace is a child of workspace, right? So as you see, this right here is a parent, right? Workspace. Anything underneath workspace is a child of workspace, because the parent of it, the child, is workspace. So right here we have part, which is a child of the workspace. So to select the part, we have to select the parent of the part, and then we're selecting the actual thing we want to select, and the child of the workspace is part, right? So we selected the part, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna select we're gonna change the color of the part, right? So basically what we're doing is we're selecting different things. There are different things you can do with it, right? So let's say we want to change the material, right? Let's say we want to make the material of the part I don't know, glass, right? But make sure you capitalize it. Let's do glass, right? And we put a string right here, right? So we selected it as a variable, and we did part dot material is equal to glass, right? And if you load into the game, you'll see the material of the part is now glass. Before it was just a brick, and now or plastic. Now it's actually glass. We could do something like we could do sand, right? We put sand inside of here. The color of, the material of it will now be sand. As you can see, it changed the material because I told it right there what I wanted the material to be. First of all, once again, variable. I'm stating what I want part to be equal to. So instead of me typing all this, I could just make a variable right here. And I'm telling it part.material is equal to sand. Now, that's one thing you could do. You could also do something like part.transparency, which is basically how much of it you can see, or can you see through it, this and that, or is it invisible? Basically, we're gonna do 0.5, right? So I'm telling it to change the transparency of the part, and I'm putting it as a decimal. As you can see, it's it's less visible than it was before. Now if I do something like I guess let's do 0.9. Let's do 0.90, right? It'll be pretty much almost invisible, because I told it that I wanted the transparency of it to be 90. You can barely see the outline of it. And if you guys can't see it, you might not be able to see it, but I can see it. There's an outline, the 3D of it and whatnot. Maybe I'll do 80 instead so you guys can kind of see it. It's all customization, whatever you guys want to put. Whatever number you put in here, that's going to be the transparency of it. If you put the transparency to 1, it's going to be literally invisible. If you put it to 0, which is default, it's going to be completely visible. As you guys can see, 70, it's just barely visible. It's just barely visible, right? So that's one thing you do with it. You can do something like, this is nothing you can do, right? You don't have to do this. I mean, there's no practical use of doing this, but you can do local. Let's say I do denim is equal to 19. Denim is equal to 0.10, right? What it's gonna do is if I put local transparency. I mean, if I do part.transparency equal to denim, it's gonna make the part transparency equal to 0.10, which is, I mean, denim, or 0.10. As you can see, transparency is 0.10. You probably can't see it like that, but if we were to do something like, I don't know, 50, then you'd really notice it because it's a lot less transparent, right? Or it's more transparent. So that's one thing you do with it, right? Now, this next part will get a little bit tricky. You guys do not have to do this, but it is pretty important. Obviously, you don't have to do this. You can just change the color by just, obviously going to it and then going to the Explorer, changing the color. But I don't want to do that. I want to change it from, obviously me using coding, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do part.color is equal to color 3 dot from HSV, which is basically telling it I want to change the hue, saturation, and the value components, right? So you can just, obviously select it through here. So what I'm telling it is I'm selecting the part, and then I'm selecting the color of the part, and then I'm telling it to make the color equal to this color, or color 3 dot from HSV. I decided to do HSV instead of doing RGB, and whatever numbers I put in here, it'll make it that, right? So once again, obviously a lot of people do not know the numbers inside the top of their head to make a color. You can just go ahead, select right here, and it'll automatically put the number in there for you, right? So I'm telling it part.color is equal to color 3 from HSV, and I put in the color I want, and you'll see now the color is purple, right? Because that's what I told it to do inside of the script. So that was pretty much what object-oriented programming was. Kind of simple, and it is important. And you don't have to, though. Obviously, you could just do it from, the toolbox inside of, or the model inside of Roblox Studio. But this is a way you guys can do it with scripting. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I would really appreciate it. It's me, Boy Squad, and I'm out.